everyone, this is Pam, Rose City Stitcher, coming to you with my May update and my June plans. Today is Sunday, I believe it's June 5th. So welcome, I'm glad you stopped by to watch my video. I hope you like what you see. Thanks to my returning subscribers, and if you're new, thanks for coming. I have a lot to show, so I'm going to go ahead and dive right in and get started. As far as some stats for the month of May, I had 3 finishes, 5 new starts, and I worked on 7 whips. So I'm going to go ahead and show you first my 3 finishes. So my first finish, let's see, put something behind that, was Glowing Pumpkin. Mill Hill kit. Turned out really cute. So that was my first finish. Then I finished my Suffragette by, I believe it's Little House Needleworks. And this is on 28 count Heritage. And I did change a little bit. I changed this to a navy because it was a black, and so I wanted it just to be more patriotic. So wherever it had the black, I changed it to navy. So I really like how that turned out. And then the last finish was actually a start and a finish. It was one of my I finished the Primrose Cottage Kind Words, and this is on, let's see, what's this? Malted Milk, and I used all the called for threads. It's a fun quick stitch. Turned out really good. So those were my 3 finishes. So now I'm going to go ahead and show you my 5 starts, because one of the starts is on this same fabric. So my first start was Be Nice by Primrose Cottage, and it's on this same fabric. It's on another section here, and there's where I got on that. It's a little bit of a start on that one. So I'm really hoping to maybe finish this one in the month of June. Pull this one back out and finish it. So that was one of my, and if you remember and those that watched my video last month, I was doing a bee mania, so all of my starts had a bee theme. So that was my first bee theme one. Another bee theme one that I started was Antique Bee Sampler by Elizabeth's Needlework Designs. And this is on Fabric Flair Historic Beige. That was my start on that. I was missing a lot of the colors, so I kind of switched some of my colors out, but then I did go and get the rest of the called for colors for the yellows, because I was having trouble. There was a lot of different yellows, and I wasn't happy with my choices, so I did go to the store and get the called for yellows. So that was my start on that. Not sure when I'm going to get back to that one. Let's see, and then I started, let's see, wait, 1, 2, 3, okay. So those were my 2 B ones. I ended up not starting the other B ones that I planned to, because as I said, May gets very busy, and it did. And there was a couple of weekends where I didn't end up even being able to stitch at all. So, but I did stitch on Memorial Day. I started another one by Primrose, the Star Spangled Street. And I'm doing this just on the Charles Craft Tea-Dyed Monaco. And I finished one of the houses. In this one I have changed out all my colors because I didn't have any of the colors that they had. So I've changed to my own. I used ribbon red, licorice red was called for the lighter red, and then I used campfire for the darker red. Did change that out, and I used hickory sticks up here at the top instead of let's see, instead of molasses. And then I use Weeks Dye Works coal instead of cast iron skillet for the roof. So I changed up all of the colors. So that was another start. And then with Terry from Absent Minded Stitchers, we started one together, kind of celebrate my last day of school. So we started this on my last day of school. And this is Story Keeps Secret Door by Babette Vandenberg, Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm doing mine on an 18 count, just a white. And I was using Pattern Keeper. So it did went pretty good. And there's my start. If you look, she kind of went across, and I was kind of going down trying to fill in the colors. So not a bad start. I worked on it either 2 or 3 days. So those ended up being my starts. And so now let's go to my whips. I did work on Summer at Cherry Hill because that did have, bees on it. And I didn't get quite as much done as I wanted. I told you I wanted to finish the tree. This is on earthen. I didn't get the tree done, but I did get it all outlined to where all I'm doing now is filling in. So not too bad. I was happy with the progress I made, considering the time that I had. I think I only spent 1 day on it, or I plan to spend a lot more than that. Okay, and then I worked on this one. I worked on a whole lot because I think my Stitching with the Housewives was my whip go call. Oh, and Suffrage Act was the other whip go, and so I did meet that goal. I finished. So I was doing carrot cake, and it's on the black, and I'm almost done. I would have finished it, but I ran out of that 12 grain, so it came in yesterday. So I'm gonna finish this today or tomorrow, and then that'll be another finish for me, because that's, like I said, all I have left to do is this cake and the 2 little bunnies down there. So, like I said, it would have been finished if I hadn't have run out of thread. So, be happy. Didn't have it ready, finished for Easter, but I can get it all finished for next Easter. So, that one. And then let's see what else. Oh, I take that back. It wasn't that. It was my Snow White was my call. My Thomas Kincaid Snow White. That was what I worked on. Okay, so let me show you. So I worked on Snow White, Thomas Kincaid, because that was actually the whip go call. So there's what it looks like. And I've changed out the fabric because the fabric wasn't going to be big enough, as a lot of us discovered. I made a lot of progress on that. It was like, when you last saw it, I only had like just this little bit here, and I came down and did all of this and did all of this. I had a lot of fun filling that in. It's full coverage, but I liked seeing the tree kind of come together. worked on Hive Rules. See, I'm loving the Primrose Cottage patterns. They're so wonderful. I've got all kinds. Started a bunch. So that's my Hive Rules. I started this the previous month. Oops, get some of these threads off of here. And there's my progress. I did this next section. And that's what I'm going to try to do. I was going to try to just work on doing a section each month until I get finished, or do a row each month until I get finished. Which, now that I'm out of school for summer, I will have some more time, so I'd like to get this one finished actually this summer. My kitty is pulling all the floss out of one of my bags and is having a good old time. Okay, and then I worked on Honeybee Happening, Fusilla kit. And I'm using the threads, but I pulled my own, I got my own fabric. I wanted it on 28 count. And there's my progress. I stitched a little bit of this. I was trying to get this put in, it was in Pattern Keeper, but the numbers didn't match up. So I ended up having to spend a whole lot of time just trying to match up the numbers that it had in Pattern Keeper to the numbers that were on the pattern, on the kit. And that took a long time, so I ended up not getting a lot done. But at least now I've done that, so it should go pretty quick when I pull it back out. I wish you could see her on the floor with the floss all around her. Okay, and then, oh, let me go ahead and show you this one. And so then for my Halloween stitching, on the 13th, I stitched on the glowing pumpkin. I finished the beading on that one. And then for my Christmas stitching, I continued working on my oh dear. This is a good one to work on since it's just one day, because there's so much solid stitching, and I got so much done. I stayed up for a long time just stitching away on this, so that's my progress. This was from a Stitcher's Quarterly, so it came in this cute bag. So yeah, that's my progress on that one. So it's coming along, doing that one day a month. I'm making progress on it, so I'm hoping I will have it done by Christmas, continuing to do that. And so that was everything I stitched on actually in May. I said, since this is June 5th, of course I've gone ahead and have stitched on some other things. And so I'm going to go ahead and just show you those, because there's only two things that I stitched on. The first thing I stitched on was my Buttons and Beads conch shell. And I've stitched enough now to where I know where I'm at, which way to turn it. So that's my progress. I did all this dark pink. So I did have to pull some out right here. I messed up somehow, but I love it. It's coming along pretty good. So this is another one I would kind of like to get done this summer. So that was that. And then, so that brings me to June. So June plans. I don't really have any. This is the first month in an extremely long time where I have nothing written on my planner for the month. I just could not decide what to do. I've got my planner all nice and pretty with my stickers, and nothing's on it. Because I just I couldn't think of anything, any kind of theme, cute thing to go with June to go with. And so I just really wasn't sure what I wanted to work on. And this month is a little crazy. I've got a life change that might be happening, and it's got me a little loopy with that and hard to kind of concentrate on things. So I'm trying really hard to just stay busy. So I talked to Terry from Absent Minded Stitcher saying, I don't even know what I want to stitch on. but I want to start everything. It's like I'm just in a mood to just start everything. She's like, well, why don't you just start everything then? It's like, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a lot of things, I think, in June. I know I said I wasn't going to start hardly anything because I have so many whips already, but I was watching Virginia Stitcher, who has lots of whips. I think she probably has 100 whips, and she was like, you're never going to finish it if you don't start it. And I'm like, that's a good point. So I have a lot of things I want to get done, and they're going to get done if I don't start them. So I just decided I don't really care how many whips I have. I enjoy all of them that I have, and I'll stitch on them eventually and get them finished. As you can see, I had 3 finishes, so I do finish things. So I think I'm just going to start what I want to this month. And the summer is better for me to start. Oh, I got itchy nose. Anyway, because I'm out of school, August, September, I doubt I'll start anything or even get a lot of stitching done because things are just so hectic crazy. So, June and July is kind of my time that I have to do things like that. So I think that's kind of what I'm going to do. And I haven't started a whole lot of things this year. A lot of what I've started, I actually have finished. Probably half of what I've started. So I haven't added to my whips a whole lot this year so far. So anyway, that's kind of what I'm going to do. So first I am going to show you my two, well, my whip go is Aurora by RETM and Holiday Stitching. And I think for Holiday Stitching, I'm just going to stitch on one of the patriotic pieces that I have. I think that's what I'm going to do, which I'm going to show you some of those. The Star Spangled Street is one I might do and count as my holiday stitching, or one of these new projects that I'm going to show you. So let me show you what I'm for sure going to do in June. Which the one thing I'm almost finished with my goal. And like I said, Aurora by RETM. This was my whip go call. And this is what I've actually been working on. I only have, my whip go goals is work 5 days. And I only have 1 more day to work on this. So you're kind of getting a sneak peek of what I've done. And this is on Pole Stitches Daybreak. I kind of hold it back so you can really see the color. So beautiful. And let me bring it in, and I stitched that whole spinning wheel, that whole motif, and I've started this one. So my goal is to finish this one today. I said my goal was to just do the outline of the motif, but I just got on a roll. Like I said, my nerves were just so frazzled over this life change I might have, and so I don't want to say a whole lot because I don't want to jinx it, but needless to say, it had my nerves where I had to just do something, and I just went wild on this one. It was so much fun stitching that. So, so today, like I said, I'm gonna finish this right here. You can see I'm almost finished with that. So then that whip go will already be done. The other thing I'm going to do for sure, again with Terry, hi Terry, and we're going to work together. We're going to try to FaceTime since I'm out of school, and we both had started Dressmaker's Daughter by Mirabila, I think last year, yeah, last year. And neither of us had worked on it at all this year, so we're like, we need to pull that out. And so we were going to work on Secret Door together, but then I thought, well, you know what? That's kind of hard to talk and stitch. Why don't we pull out our Dressmaker's Daughter, because that's more solid stitching. We're like, yeah, that sounds good. So this is on Oaken. So you can see each season we started a section. So you can see I've got winter, spring, summer, and fall. So both of us had the least amount done on our spring one, so we were both talking that maybe we'll work on spring and get that one caught up to the rest of them. So that's what we're gonna do. I think we can do that either tomorrow or Wednesday. So that'd be fun. And pull this one back out and make some progress on that one. So those are my for sure's. And of course, I'm going to stitch on my Oh Dear on the 25th for my Christmas stitching. Not sure which one I'll stitch on for Halloween since I finished that one, but I'll think of something. So that brings me to my kind of loosey-goosey plans. Um, I was thinking of doing kind of a Mirab- Mirabilia Mermaid June, because I have 4 mermaid, not just Mirabilia. I have one that's a Joan Elliott, but I have 4 going right now, and I have several that I'm going to show you in a minute that I do want to start. So I'm like, I don't want to start a new mermaid until I finish at least a mermaid. So let me show you the 4 mermaids that I do have. Let's go with the closest to a finish first. So I've got my Sea Flora. If you watched me for any length of time, you've seen this one a lot. And this is on Mermaid Sea by Under the Sea Fabrics. And all I have left to do is the beading, and I have started the beading. I don't know if you can really see the beading, but I've done the beading in her hair, started on her dress, so this could definitely get finished pretty quickly. So she just has the beading, and what I've noticed, I don't, beading's not my favorite, but once I get going on it, it goes a lot faster than I always remember. So the glowing pumpkin, it did not take me that long to bead that. So that's one that I plan. I am going to work on this one for sure because it is so close to a finish. And then I've got Solo Trois by Mirabilia or Nora Corbett. And this is on Flapper by Picture This Plus, an opalescent. It's so beautiful. And there I am on her. And again, I don't have a lot left on her either before I can start beading. I just need to do basically her shoulders and her face and her hair, and then she'll be done and ready to bead. So yeah, doesn't like much. I've got her bead pack already. So that's another one that could definitely possibly get finished if I spend some good time on her. And then I've got where the other ones go? Oh, there it is. Queen Mermaid by Mirabilia. I've had this one a really long time because this is actually old fabric. This is it's not Mo's Sale. Who was the fabrics by LJ, I think. And I love the fact. Looks so much just like the deep ocean. So I love it. Absolutely love it. And I think she really pops on there. She looks so good. So good. And like I said, I've got, let's see, where am I on her? So I'm kind of like right in here on her. So she still has a bit to do with her. But I would like to make some more progress on her. That would be great. Like I said, she needs to get finished because I've had her for a long time. I think I've had her since 2018. And then the other one is a Joan Elliott, and this is a kit, another one. This is one of my oldest whips. Design Works kit. This is also on a fabric that I just really like. I don't remember who this fabric is by, but I think it looks awesome. See, I mean, look at that. And she has a bit to go. The pattern is not that easy to read, and that's what makes me not want to stitch on her. And I actually bought the pattern, the Joan Elliott, pattern from her website. And since I've done so much though, and the symbols aren't the same, I was like, well, it's just as much trouble to try to rematch that up than to just keep going with the pattern I have. So she does have a good bit to go. But again, I would like to finish her. So those are my 4 mermaids that I would like to work on. Those are that are whips. So as far as starts, what I'm going to start. So let me show you first my for sure start. I'm so excited about this one. You just don't even know. Oh my gosh. I'm finally going to start my Seaside Kingdom. I've had this ever since they did the re-release and I was able to get a copy. I've got all the beads, and this weekend I finally got the fabric I have been wanting to use for this. Already, I am so excited about this. This is like, oh my gosh. I'm doing it on this fabric. I'm like super excited. I've been wanting to do it on this fabric, and then I'd seen people and I couldn't find it, and I just went on Etsy and they had it. They had like 2 left. So I'm going to start this. I'm super excited, a little nervous because, trying to place it just right is going to be a little bit tricky. And it's on 32 count, which isn't my favorite, but this is a fabric flare. It's a painted, it's, blank on the other side. And the fabric flare, I really like their fabric. So I think the 32 count's not going to be a problem because their fabric is just really soft. And for some reason, I see the holes really well on it. So I got it on 32 count because it wasn't going to fit on 28 count on this size fabric. I would have had to buy the next size up fabric, which was, a lot of money. And I felt like it's going to fit, especially because I'm not going to stitch any of that border, and I'm not going to stitch these flowers and things on it. So that's going to take off about 1 inch by not doing that. So I don't think it'll be a problem with me with it fitting on there. But I'm going to have to be real careful how I place it. But I am so super excited to finally start this. I think this summer is a perfect time to do that. So anyway, there's 2 crinics that go with that. So, yep, I'm not sure when I'm going to start it, but it's definitely going to be started this summer, if not June, maybe into July, but that's a for sure. It'll be a for sure start. Okay, so then let me show you the maybe starts. These are on my maybe starts. Okay, so first, I'd kind of like to start my Fairy of the Rain by Joan Elliott. I already have some fabric that I'm hoping will work. I'm going to have to kind of check because I'm not sure if her wings will blend too much. This is Undine by Be Stitch Me. So I don't know. I think it's a beautiful fabric, so I just need to make sure that the colors are going to pop okay. I think the purples and stuff will look great and the greens, but I worry a little bit about the wings. So that's one that I'd kind of like to start. Oops, I need to put my beads back in. Oh. And now my kitty is sitting in my box. Okay, so if I could ever find some fabric that's big enough that'll work, I would really love to start my Summer Queen. She's so beautiful. That's one that I would like to start too. Another one. So do y'all want to see the 3 mermaids I have that I'd like to start? If I finish one of these others, these are my other 3 mermaids. I've got South Sea Mermaid. I like her because she's just a little bit different. She doesn't have all the blues. So she's a little bit different. I've got Bluebeard's Princess. And then I've got, this one I actually have fabric for. And this is Siren in the Shipwreck. Yeah. And the fabric I have is Uphold Stitches. that's very much similar. See the green? I think she'd be really pretty on that. So that one I already have fabric in mind for. So those are the three mermaids. Another one that I kind of like, that's all already got the fabric, is my Home Sweet Home. And oh, I got the floss too. I've got everything there. I got the floss and the fabric, so that would be really easy to just start right up. Another one that would be easy to start right up is one of my other, actually last year's Stitchers Quarterly. Oh, there it is. It's called Hello Summer. But I haven't started this one because I didn't really like the fabric. I didn't like it on the dark. I thought it needed to be in something brighter. And I did see where somebody had done it on something brighter, and then I can't find it again. So I like to stitch this, but I do want to change the fabric out on that one. But that'd be a fun one to do this summer, for summertime. Another one I like, even though it says it's spring, I still think it's kind of summery. Could be summery looking. And that's by Spring Stitchers Quarterly, because I really, really like this one a lot. And it's, again, it has everything, so I wouldn't have to do anything. That's what's nice about the Stitchers Quarterly. It's like everything's all good to go. So that's one that I might start. And then another one, I'd like to start the seed collection that Stitching with the Housewives has. I've got these, they're all in this little binder. All the seeds. And again, I'm not going to do it on the black. I didn't like it as much on the black. I wanted it to look more like little, feed sacks. So somebody had done theirs on this, on dirty. And the white will still really pop really good on this. So I wouldn't mind stitching, how many of those little seeds would fit on this fabric, and get a start on those. Because I wanted to get those and put them like in a little dough bowl or something. So those would be super quick stitches. So that's something I might want to stitch on also. Okay, so those are some of my ideas. So yeah, tell me if you'd like to see any of those started. Might help me decide what I might want to do. So now let me show you my purchases, because two of my purchases are also going to be new starts. So let me show you. I'm planning on starting by Primrose Cottage Stitches, summertime. I just bought this. I love it. I love the colors. The colors are just gorgeous. So I'm going to stitch this. I might stitch this on if I can find a light blue. I think I'd rather put it on the blue than the white, just to kind of look like, either the sky or the ocean. So that's going to be a start very soon. And then, I was telling you that my holiday stitching was my other whip go call. I might start this as mine. So I don't know if I'll do this or if I'll wait and do this as like a 4th of July start. I might do that too. I don't know. But I really love this one a lot. So that's kind of combination of haul and new starts. So some other haul that I got was Lavender Fairy. She was actually on sale on my wish list, so I went ahead and picked her up. She's so beautiful. I got the last one I needed in my Santa's Village, Poinsettia Place. So I went ahead and picked that one up. I got the fabric for my Christmas rules, also by Primrose. I showed you this and had done a giveaway of one of these. But I got the called for fabric. They said to put on pewter. So I got the big piece of that to start that for Jolly July. So that's going to be my Jolly July. At least one of my Jolly July starts. And then, I don't know what Cream Puff did with it. I had a floss fix, but I'm not sure where she took it. So I'll just have to show that to you next time. Okay, another thing that I got, this was kind of a surprise. My son bought this for me for Mother's Day. He knows I love the Disney villains, and he was at Books A Million, and he found this. And he texts me, he's like, "Hey Mom, would you like that?" And I'm like, "Of course, it's villains." And then, see. So, yeah, I love it. And it comes with, like, everything. It comes with the book. It's got 12 patterns in it. And then comes with a hoop. And of course, I don't know what kind of floss this is, but it comes with the floss and the needle. So yeah, it comes with everything I need to stitch those except for fabric. So, oh, it actually says it does come with 2 pieces of fabric. I wonder where the fabric's at. So there's some fabric in here somewhere. So anyway, I was like very excited for him to get that for me. It's got Cruella silhouette. And it's got just one bite. I like that. That looks cool. Some of these I can't really show you because the pattern's right there. There's Maleficent, which that's my favorite villain, which he knows, but that's my favorite. Of course, we got Ursula. There's let's see, Lion King. It's got Mufasa. So yeah, I was like really excited to get that. So yeah, that was a surprise. So that's my haul, and then I've got a few other things. Well, this is a longer video than I thought it was going to be. To show you a few things that I bought for finishes. I got this. I thought I could just sit some little smalls on there. This is at Target. And this also came from Target. Thought I could put something here, then put some stuff inside. Java Girl Stitches had showed this. And I'm like, I'm going to have to go find that. And I did. And then, let's see, from Michael's. I found this that a lot of people were talking about. So I want to put one of my bee finishes on there. And I just got some, I really like the lavender seeds. She did something with lavender, Stitching with the Houseflies did. And so I bought this to go kind of with that. And then they had Easter stuff on clearance, so I got me some different speckled eggs to use for finishing. And then I did buy for her month to month. I got this to do the month to month. I'm not positive I'm doing it, so I still have the receipt just because I wasn't positive I was going to do it, but I wanted to have it just in case. And I mean, even if I don't do the month to month, I could always use it for something else instead. So that's That's all of my haul. So, gosh, 40 minutes. The last thing I want to just real quickly talk to you about is kind of what my book plans are. So I'll show you that just real quick. Just in case somebody else wanted to do this challenge that might like to read. If I can find where I put the little challenge thing at. Where did I put it? I know I slid it right inside one of these books. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there's two girls. They do what's called Booklist Thursday, and they're doing a summertime bingo. So you can find this if you just go to Instagram #booklistbingo. You can see this, and this is for, you can see June, July, and August. You have all 3 months to do these different things, and they're like really easy things. It's like read outside, a book with stars on the cover, have a friend pick a book, read a nonfiction book, just go to the library. You get to check that off if you just go to the library. Book with water on the cover, a book by one of your favorite authors, a book with flowers. So it's just different things like that. So I'm going to participate in it because it'll help me kind of pick out my books to read this summer. So, and with that, I was going to show you one that I did that checks off 2 of them. This is an author I'd never read before, Rose Carlisle, and obviously it has water on the cover. This was a suspense thriller. It was really good. It's about twin girls. One twin is love, the other one not so much, and I don't want to go into it too much and give it away, but something happens on the ocean, and from there, oh my gosh. I mean, the ending, the last page, I had to read it 3 times. I'm like, what just happened? I had to go back and reread. I'm like, oh my word. It's really, really good. It's a really, real good. You're just like, what in the world is going to happen next? It's like, oh my goodness. Like I said, it was pretty good. I enjoyed that. And then the other one that I haven't read yet, but I've heard good things about, and this is going to check off the beach, something with beach in it. It's called Beach Read by Emily Henry. A lot of people have said they've really enjoyed this book, so I'm going to give this one a try. It's just a romance. So I'm hoping I'll like it. So anyways, I just wanted to show you that in case you wanted to do those that I know a lot of us do read in addition to stitching. If you want to do something to make your reading fun, you can do this summertime bingo. And then the last thing, in the summer, I always try to kind of work on myself a little bit of self-care, because I have a little, I have more free time. And so I found this book actually last year, and it's called Plan a Happy Life. And I'm going to kind of read through this through the summer, and just kind of, just kind of work on myself. It says, define your passion, nurture your creativity, and take hold of your dreams. So it sounds kind of fun. It's like the contents have defining happy, creating happiness, happy to be you, finding your happy, the 4 P's, purpose, planning, positivity, persistence, and then it has, ways of nurturing happiness and living happy. So I just thought I'd maybe just kind of read through. It has some little things to think about and write down if you want to. Do a little journaling. It has lots of little pictures and quotes and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. So like I said, this ended up being much longer. I thought this was only going to be like a 30-minute video because I didn't think I had that much to show. I guess my plans took longer than I expected. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy your week. Like I said, if you have anything that you saw that you'd like to see me start, let me know, and I might put those things at the top of the list, because like you saw, it's like my June calendar is blank right now because I'm not really sure what I'm going to stitch when. Kind of keeping things open. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.